behind-the-scenes communication between Chicago's town prosecutor and staff during the fallout of the Jussie Smollett case.
2 weeks before charges were dropped against Jussie Smollett, in text messages to staff, described the actor as a washed-up celeb who lied to cops, texting that just because we could charge someone doesn't mean.
Years in prison for her role as the getaway driver in the armored truck robbery in suburban Rockland County, New York. The $1.6 million robbery led to the shooting death of 2 police officers and a security guard. Governor Andrew Cuomo, a Democrat, praised Clark's actions behind bars, calling her a model prisoner when he commuted her to 75 years to life sentence in 2016 to make her eligible for parole. The Writers Guild of America is suing Hollywood's 4 biggest talent agencies, claiming agents' use of so-called packaging fees is illegal under California law. Representing writers' packaging fees mean agents combine elements of the TV series, including writers, scripts, or actors, and sell them directly to studios as a unit rather than taking commissions. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
Attention, sorry I'm talking a little loud because I want to reach people with a hearing problem. Do you want to hear better for just $299? Yes, not thousands, but for $299, you can hear all the sounds you've been missing for years. Hearing Help Express has been helping people hear better, selling top quality hearing aids for all. Now's your best chance to hear better with hearing aids for only $299, plus a free 45-day home trial offer. And you don't even need to leave your home or get a hearing test. Call now. Your risk-free 45-day home trial offer. Call 800-559-7631. 800-559-7631 for free hearing help consultation. Learn how Hearing Help Express can improve the quality of your life. Visit us online now at hearinghelp.com or call 800-559-7631. 800-559-7631.
News, sports, weather, the all-new WBLF AM and FM, now at 106.3 FM.
Live from Washington, D.C., fast-paced, smart talk, what's trending, and breaking news as it happens. It's Benson and Harf with Guy Benson and Marie Harf.
Hour 2 of Benson and Harf. Thanks for joining us. We are T-minus 1 day away from the full report being made public for this redacted version. We are counting down the hours until we get there. Tomorrow night show is going to be big. We won't want to miss that. But we got an hour of Tonight Show left, so we'll start there. Yesterday, everyone of the guy is not here. Charlie Hurd graciously filled in for the first hour. The guy was with House Minority.
Hey, Jacob, you on?
The congressional delegation
Skip.
on this offshore deep water oil rig. We talked
Hello.
about it a little bit on Monday.
Hey, trying to get it going here with this computer, buddy. Or the buttons, you know. All right. So is Jacob with you? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we'll get her going here. I'll send a message out to him, and we'll get the show on the road.
Piece of aircraft. Like it was awesome. And this was not a
What's that, buddy?
hour and a half flight out into the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, I didn't catch you. Say again.
It's pretty loud, so they had us have these headphones on.
Oh, every day's a good day, man. Always something to be thankful for.
Pushing the button, and you talk, and then you release the button, and someone could respond. It was a very cool experience. You're out in this massive expanse of water, and these tiny little flecks start getting bigger and bigger. There was a drilling ship right next to it.
Yeah, I hear you. You're good.
But right next to this called Stampede.
Somebody told me the meeting I was in,
and we landed on the helipad and got all of them there for a number of hours.
in the national portal. Please don't tell me that's true.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely. That's breaking news just out.
Unlike anything that I have experienced before in my life. And honestly,
So I get
really,
it. So
really
the coach
fascinating.
decided to go with number 14.
I
So
will
he
never
said,
just fill up my tank.
Good question.
Honestly, again, like I've always, and I think most Americans just take for granted. Like the game
I don't
is there,
think
you go,
Penn State's.
you
I predict a bad
push
season.
the button and you got gas. There's such
Nah,
a
there's
massive
no such thing as that.
infrastructure
Mm,
to get to that point of sale.
yeah, I predict 5 losses.
Here's the thing. I think that we are underestimating the people that we recruited. Because if you're saying that,
It was amazing. It
we're not
really
really
was.
calling those players 4 or 5
Yeah,
star
I
players.
think for
Well, I don't think we're there, man.
They're probably like, well, I remember a time when it wasn't, but when is
One
that?
without Tommy Cooley before. I mean,
And
one
you were
without
born in Saudi
Yeah.
some of those other guys.
No, I know, I get it.
The only oil or gas
I get it.
I've ever been to was in the Eastern Province,
I
province
think
of
slow
Saudi
start.
Arabia.
I'm not sure about that.
And going out to Aramco.
Yeah,
Just the sheer enormity of these places is pretty extraordinary. And being in the middle of the water.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, you know what? Hey,
So the guy,
yeah, no, I know. I didn't bring this on yet. I'm gonna do it right now. You guys ready? I'm gonna bust this on right now. Here we go. Hey, friends, a pleasant evening. Welcome to Lions Live, the only network built by the players to the fans on a balmy Wednesday night here, a post-blue light weekend. We got the big dude, Stephen Davis, Yakov Visual, and a special guest. I'll let Yakov announce him. We got the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy. My name's Skip Drivelbus. We're glad to be here talking some Penn State football. And late-breaking news, folks, just out here not long ago, Tommy Stevens has entered the transfer portal. So Penn State quarterback position is all up for grabs, which is a little bit disappointing, I have to say. I was hoping this guy's going to get a shot at it here. Raises for concern for the fall. And wow, guys, I mean, it's that crazy time of year here. Who'd ever thought this would be happening after a blue-white weekend? Hey, Yakov. All right, well, we have Yakov on here, and of course, Yakov, I'm going to give you the honors of introducing our special guest here tonight. He is. Go for it. We're already on live, man. We're good. So let's. No, listen. We have a very special guest. You went to the trouble of inviting a very honored special guest tonight, and I'm allowing you to introduce this man here. So bring him on like you never had before, Yakov. Yeah, you're up, buddy. Oh, Yakov. Oh, what an intro. Oh, Cove, if he was with you, I bet he'd throttle you good. Oh, what? Yeah, with Tommy. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Mm.
Be the starter because now we have a chance, an actual chance of competing for the Big Ten and so on. So it's like I don't know what to say in terms of if it's the front office making players bumping heads with the coaching staff, or if it's the thing that's like, all right, let's put a guy in place and not wait another year, and Tommy can continue to have the role. Oklahoma. And Jalen Hurts never transferred there because they already have their guy. I know we speak in terms of competition and everything else and so on. He could be anywhere else. He could be back in Indiana. There's tons of schools that he could be. He could be at Rutgers. He could be at so many different places where he can compete, Maryland and everything else, and actually be the starting quarterback. So to actually have the chance to do it, and we know the talent, we know the heart, and so on, and to actually have the chance to do it and have Penn State put him in a position where he has to put his name in the transfer portal. Because I feel like it's one of those things that's like, once you put the name in the transfer portal, if you don't transfer, what's the outcome? Like, we can't count on you. It's like, is fake loss or what?
Yeah, it makes you begin to wonder what's shaking and baking up here with different guys, and I tell you, man, it's a huge concern. Now, we've had 21 guys transfer away. Now, contrast this, because we're all going to do some picks here, fearless picks for next fall. Michigan State has 48 guys returning. Compare that to Penn State with 21 guys leaving.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I guess I was just wondering, is this a filler outer type of thing, or is it fixed on, is that what this is? So it's not a definite expansion? Or what?
Oh no, he's gone, Jacob, man. It's in the news. It's already out there. It's already on the web.
No, I'm with you, but I thought that he's still on the team. He's just putting his name up. Being eligible to transfer.
Well, but think, what's that saying though? It's saying, look, if somebody wants me, I will leave here. Well, if you're a head coach, are you going to want to play that guy?
So you're saying that right there means it's over. So,
well, if you're a head coach, what would you think?
I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. All right, so look. So basically, it's like this. It's just like this. Both of you guys are saying the same thing. Tommy he put his name in the hat for the transfer portal. So basically, it's like, yeah, he's looking to transfer. He's looking to get a scholarship somewhere else to finish out his, final year of eligibility and so on. So yeah, he's definitely, it's put it out there, Yaakov, it's a failure. But Skip is saying, yeah, but what happens if there isn't a place to take him and so on? What happens with him back at Penn State? Do you still play the guy, or do you, because he wants to leave? You don't want him there.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, okay. I thought he said that he was going to a school, but it sounds like he's just, rookie right now. Right? Yeah.
Right now he's exploring all options. Yeah. Entering the NCAA transfer portal.
Yeah.
Basically.
So maybe something from the quarterback was he was 11 for 19 with 118 yards for the blue white. But it sounded like he could have had a lot more, yards. But that was the guy you were talking about, Jimmy. That was that quarterback.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Clifford. He finished.
Yeah, Clifford. Yep, Sean Clifford. Yep.
108.
And he's a redshirt sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was pretty hot. He was pretty hot. It says his first 4 passes was dropped. Like they were. So I guess it sounded like he was very much, on point. He was on point pretty much.
Here's what's nuts was in terms of obviously you guys know I love all the players, I love all the coaches and so on. I think what's not being disclosed is actually that Tommy had surgery in December. Remember last year he was, bothered and so on, and he missed a few games and so on, but he actually had surgery in December. So in this whole spring, I think he's been extremely limited, which gives them an extra time to actually watch Sean Clifford to see what he's doing. And then on top of all that, it's a difference. Obviously, all of us are ball players. It comes to a point to where you start playing through injury. So let's say this: if you actually, because we all know the difference between being hurt and injured. Obviously, with surgery and stuff, and on the line, and Tommy having surgery last season and wearing a boot and different stuff, he actually had surgery, so he's actually injured. When you go out there and you're playing and you're not questioning yourself as a starter, or you don't have to really look over your shoulder in terms of like Sean Clifford, because Tommy's still in recovery, it actually boosts your confidence up. And when you're coming off an injury, like in surgery, you actually question what you can do. So I don't know how this is playing. If it's playing in, obviously it doesn't sound like it's playing in Tommy's favor. I would like to say that he's healthy enough to actually transfer somewhere, But if he's not, then it's just a waste of a career to some point, right? And then we just pray that he Tom Brady the situation out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Jimmy, he was in at practice during, before. Not seeing him play Saturday, my thoughts were that, okay, he's like a lot of these other schools. They don't want to give these guys some snaps. They'll save them for the fall. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Because he didn't play Saturday.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Because at practice, he was out there. I thought this is going to be the man, and all of a sudden they didn't have him playing, and I thought. My question is, did he get injured between that time period when I was last at a practice and the blue-white game? That's what I'm wondering, whether he's actually been re-injured in some way, and that's why he didn't come out on Saturday.
Well, that's safe to assume that, Skip. But what I think is, if that was the case, then he wouldn't want to transfer.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. This whole transfer thing makes me scratch my head.
I don't have enough words for it, man. This is what I meant. That's why I was saying. It's something where this is now part of. Is this something that quarterbacks are doing now? Because we did see this happen in Michigan last season, right? Is this what happens? Pretty much. Yeah. Jalen Hurts is going, or they got him. Jalen Hurts' quarterback played in the spring last year or not, or did they get him after the spring? Jason. I'm just wondering, because that's what I'm wondering. Is this like
they're going right now?
A thing of quarterback. So when they're putting their names out there to see if they can get a deal like Michigan. Quarterback shot last year. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't understand where the NCAA is going. And I respect the fact that, you're giving these young men opportunities and they shouldn't have to sit out a year. I understand that, but it's just, even if your coach goes somewhere else, technically you put yourself in a corner and find your coach. I don't understand what's going to happen to the ethic of what a college football program is. And it's not just at Penn State. We're just seeing it because it's up close. And sure, Jimmy, you're right. I think something is wrong upstairs. But I think, is there something wrong upstairs? Or people just, at least, we talked about how different these players are. My understanding was they were getting good talking to about whether some of these people were elite programs. That was different than when we had. I was like, okay. Or, the difference was Joe would say, hey, I'm sure we all got it because we all played for Joe. Don't pay attention to anything I say in the paper. And so we know it and say this is the worst team in 20 years. The other people seem to take a whole lot of heart, about certain things. And many of them did, but I think Jimmy was talking about last week, is just no sense of resiliency. There's always a better opportunity, but a better opportunity for what? That's the whole thing. And what is it becoming? How do you recruit young men these days to know that this guy could be going in 2 years? You redshirt, you play in 2 years. What is it that you do? I don't even know if I could even be part of that. I don't know how that even works. I'm totally lost with all this.
Well, here's what I wonder. Here, look at it this way: if you're a guy playing ball, I wouldn't understand why every single player wouldn't put himself into a portal, because then it becomes like the draft. Well, hey, man, hey, you know what? Let's see who's looking to play. Who's going to win? I'll tell you what. Oh, Alabama's looking to play good this year. And you know what? They want me. Guess what? I'll go. You know, so everybody puts themselves out there.
I mean, I agree with you, but don't you have to graduate or something first before you can get to the bar or something like that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely, and that's the value of it. To be honest with you, Jimmy, for me, as a person that works in higher education, graduation rates are going up. It's motivation finishing. You can't go until you're finished. And then, you know, in some ways, that's great. But gosh, Jalen Hurts, Oklahoma Sooner, come on, man.
But then it goes like this, though. In terms of competition, we already know that I don't believe if it would have been a split or been 50-50 or something like that, where Jalen was on the field and playing and doing stuff and so on, that he would have transferred. But I do think that between not getting on the field and stuff, between not getting on the field last year, I believe that said, well, hold on, just because, how do I break it down? I believe that how do I say this to make sense? If he played last year and he could see that he was still out there and still in the rotation, then he wouldn't have left Alabama. But because he was out of the rotation, that's why he decided to transfer to Oklahoma. Just because now, Big Deal, what happens is you still want to compete. And you compete if a coach has his mind made up. Because Jalen lost his spot. But here's what it is. How hard do you have to work to get that spot back? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think anybody's ever going to know it, Jimmy. That's my point. You know, I mean, and we've seen it. Again, I've got to stop thinking generational. I think you were kind of saying that the other week. So,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, but then, you know, what's wrong with fighting for it back? I mean, because there's going to be times we have to.
But here's the thing is, Big Dude, here's what the thing is. We're in a generation right now to where it's in terms of coaches and stuff like that, everyone's job is on the line. You know what I'm saying? It's always about winning national championship and so on. So what happens is that no matter, like, when I got drafted to the NFL, when I got drafted and I showed up to the Rams, I already told you guys this story. My D-line coach, the first time I met him, said, "Sit down, have a seat." I walk in, I have a seat, and he says this to me. He says, "I watched the film on you. I'm just letting you know that I didn't want to draft you. I don't like your game. If you're going to play for me, you have a lot of stuff that you need to learn."
Right.
Before I hit my second year, I was labeled a bust. Meanwhile, I can never, ever go and say while I'm playing, "Hey, the coach told me he ain't like my game." I got to change my whole game to fit his style of coaching and everything else and so on. You feel what I'm saying? I literally had a dude tell me who he wanted to draft. You understand what I'm saying? So it becomes that thing. You have coaches who still have a preconceived notion of who you are, what your game is, and so on. Now let's say this.
Right.
Let's say if I actually went out there, played my game, played well, and then they draft another guy who comes in, and maybe I'm having a bad year, or maybe my confidence is shook a little bit, or whatever the case may be, and he actually beats me out. Now going into the spring, I'm actually going to work harder and so on because I want my spot back. But that doesn't mean that the coach is going to give me my spot back, because now what they're going to say is, "Oh, we're going up the high. He beat you out, so he's better than you." But just because he's better than me that year, that season, that game, doesn't mean that he's going to be better than me throughout my career. So if coaches aren't allowing it to be an open competition thing, to where every year, like, you know, the great ones, I already told you guys, the great ones, I was in Jacksonville and trying to make the team out there and so on and whatever. So when I'm out there, Maurice Jones-Drew, he literally, we was after practice, and I was over there, and I was running, and he kept seeing me run by myself and do extra runs and everything else and so on. And he came over there, and he started running with me. So then I was sitting down, I was just like, "Yo, what's up, Mo?" Like, what you doing running? He's just like, I said, what, you overweight or something? He was like, nah, you over here running. And I started laughing. He said, every day you working hard to make this team, right? And I said, yeah. And he said, so am I. And I'm looking like, you're the starting running back. You're the starting running back. You're a Pro Bowler. What do you mean you're working hard to make this team? And he's just like, in his mind, every year in, year out, he had to work hard to make that squad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, when I was with him, I was with Adrian for 4 years. I tell you, from the first time that I met him to the last time that I practiced with this dude, he practiced the same way, 100 miles per hour, going hard and so on. If you ask him, yo, why are you going so hard? He's like, am I going to play the game slow? Adrian, I told you guys this story before. Adrian ran me over in hats. Like, in hats and so on. I stood there to butt him up. I literally was in the shop shelves in a helmet. And he ran me over. Because you know how you think that he butt him up. So literally they ran a draw play. I snatched over the guard real quick. I'm standing in the A gap. I'm standing high, flat footed, like, all right, come on, he's done. You know what I'm saying? And he ran me over.
Oh.
And it was on our 30-yard line. You know, it was on their 30-yard line, and he ran all the way to the end zone. 70 yards. You know, obviously, I told you guys the story. And when he came back, you know, the coaches and stuff was mad. Yeah, when he came back, the coaches and stuff was pissed and everything else. I mean, obviously, the defensive coaches was, because they was like, hold on, we ain't happy because we got a game in a couple of days. This is our guy. Why would you run him over when you know clearly he could have braced himself to tackle you? You know, but that's shit how he played. It only needed to happen to me one time, and guess what? It happened to me one time when I first got there, and it never happened to me again. You understand what I'm saying? So it was his way of introducing me to the Vikings, but then it was also I got to practice hard. So if the coaches take that competitive nature away from you, then what is a player supposed to do? There's nothing else but to do. It's nothing else he can do but transfer.
So I said, my thing is, though, and I get what you're saying, too, and I know what's going on. I mean, but let's be real. I mean, as good as Jalen Hurts and good of an athlete is, he's a good quarterback. He makes some plays with the more mature stages of it. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be burning up people's back boys. I think that's the difference. I mean, I think he's going to be okay, you know, because Kyler Murray, I mean, we're going to find out about him. That's what I'm saying. This is the unfortunate part about it is with the new system and everything else. I mean, with all due respect, we may have seen the best of Jalen Hurts. If that may, he may be hurting himself.
Yes and no, because here's the thing is, the thing about being a quarterback, and especially being a young quarterback, is most of the time we get to run other team scout team. So what happens is you end up learning other plays, you end up learning what needs to be done and everything else before you get a chance to even go out there and get on the field. You understand what I'm saying? So here's what the thing is, in terms of, think about this. If Jalen Hurts was to transfer to Penn State right now, and you have Tommy Stevens, Jalen Hurts, and Sean Clifford, who's that?
That was a rumor, right? That was a rumor, right? Wasn't that a rumor?
Yeah, but even with that being said, who's our starting quarterback though, big dude?
Yeah, that's true. But this is what I'm saying about what the transfer portal does. It gives you a chance, I'll say, to create some more competition. People want to know not what positions that they're competing for. They want to know what positions that they're going to win. They're going to be handed to them. That's what I'm saying. I see your side of it. The other side of it is I want to go somewhere I know I can play. No, that's what I'm saying.
It's not about. It's two parts to that, big dude. The old school dudes like you and I, we start talking about generational stuff, fighting, competing it out. So I'm looking at that. All right, you got three quarterbacks. It could still be Sean Clifford. You know what I'm saying? You could be Jalen and Tommy out. But here's what the thing is: how many coaches will look and say this guy brought Alabama, #1 team throughout the season, a national championship. This guy knows how to play at the highest level, so on and so on. So going into the whole thing, Jalen's the starting quarterback. badly. You know, Tommy might have an edge because he still knows the playbook and everything else and so on. Of course, Tommy's still going to be on the field, but Tommy's going to be on the field in the same situation as he was with Trace.
Let me
you know what I'm saying?
Jump on that real fast. When I tore my knee, Grizz, when we was playing, when I came back in the spring, I didn't really practice, and then I didn't play in the spring game, and then that first game I split time, I think with Lowry and Pharrell, Uman, and then maybe like the second game I might have split time, and then maybe the third game on, that's when I officially became a starter. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was like, you know, the first few games, I remember I didn't play the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Stevens could run into that, where, like you said, they're leading the chart at the end of the spring, and they begin the preseason, and then he's fighting, you know, for time the first few games, and then if the smoke might not clear until the Big Ten season. You know
I agree. And listen, I agree. I totally agree with you, Cole. Right. I totally agree with you, but here's what the thing is. I left Penn State as a fifth-year senior. Can you imagine my fifth year, I'm competing with Tyler Blowski and Tim Falls? Can you imagine that? I mean, I have nothing against them. I thought they were great players. Looking back, when I first went to the pros, I was like, man, I wish I would have let my guys play more. You understand? You know, because I was continuing to grow. But at the time when I was there, I got Coach Paterno telling me, listen, you can't come out because a tired Jimmy Kennedy still changed the blocking scheme. When you come out, they're not double teaming. They're not double teaming up front. Our linebackers aren't running free. When you come out, they're single blocking and they're on the linebacker and it's breaking for 20 yards down the sideline.
Now, okay, let me say this though. I'm more for on Stevens' side. I'm talking about injury-wise, like being tested on. I'm saying he has been untested since his surgery. That's what I'm saying.
All right, listen to this, Cole, and let's talk about this, fellas. I'm reading the article, right? It says, according to reports from Aaron Wilson of the Houston Chronicle, Tommy Stevens is in the transfer portal, right? And it says Stevens flirted with transferring last season, but decided to stick with Penn State in hopes of winning the starting quarterback job in 2019. While it was still expected that he was a front runner over Sean Clifford coming out of spring ball, one would assume something went awry as Stevens is taking a look at his option. Of course, Stevens has had injury issues the last year. He was out of spring ball 2018 with a foot injury, and the same injury hindered him during the 2018 season, and was also the reason why he wasn't a full participant for this spring. So basically, because he still had his foot injury and he had surgery. Did the injury play a part of his transfer? Was Clifford separating himself from Stevens? Is it a combination of both? Who knows? But it appears likely that Stevens will be playing his redshirt season. It appears that Stevens will be playing his redshirt season outside of Happy Valley.
Yeah, it sounds like what's up, boy. I'm curious to hear. Hey, Matt, what do you think of all this?
I am shocked at how the system has changed. Yes. All of it. I'm just realizing I'm old school. We didn't have
any 27.
and it's that. But I'm honestly catching up with a lot of things I didn't know. I guess the total picture. I understand both sides for play, but it's also aspects of him not playing or not getting the time that he knows within my tenure. I remember him actually going up to my father, or hearing that he went up to my father and told him that, it's a lot more that I could be doing to actually starting my freshman year or redshirt freshman year. I had a lot to learn mentally, to mentally develop into the player that I was destined to be. And that leadership, that leading a lot of different teams, going different places, almost like the NFL draft, that takes away from that help. I can say thank you to Jimmy now, because we're both grown and a lot of things that were shown just within his action. He was talking about with Drew and Adrian. Those different things help other players develop more. And when you actually come from that, you can recycle that back into the team and back into other players. So those quarterbacks not having other role models or other upperclassmen look forward to or professionals in those different situations affect the same as the coaches. You don't stay with the same coaches that recruit you or are there to develop. So within our tenure, it was a lot different than things are now. So it's hard for me to really formulate an opinion when I'm not in the shoes or the cleats of the players nowadays. There has to be a different level of respect for the things that they are facing at the same time. It gets even more confusing to me to have the option to be able to go to another school or to put yourself on a waiver. I don't know the technical term for it, but put yourself out there. I look at it like a relationship. But if I'm in a relationship and I'm putting myself out there that's open to another relationship, it's going to damage the relationship I'm trying to build a risk. That's right. If I'm not doing what I should do, it's going to damage the relationship risk. So that goes from Penn State across the board. The teammates, the coaches, the recruits.
Yep. Well, that's well said, Matt. Hey, let me ask you guys this. What do you think of this one? What happens, what about the idea of because this is college football now and then everything's open and wide up like crazy like this. What about the idea of allowing anybody to be able to transfer without any type of time to set out at any point at all in time during college football?
Well, I mean, if you're asking me, I'm not so sure about sitting out a whole year. I certainly think by now that this, I call it nonsense because I don't agree with it the way they're doing it. But, the transfer portal is one thing. My thing is, where's the restricted period? Now, we made it through a season. Now, to me, by March, you should know whether you're going somewhere else. Get done the semester even earlier, or maybe you get out of there before spring classes start. And now all of a sudden we got spring ball. Things aren't going so well. Why are they doing it now? That's what I'm saying. To me, there should be more of a restricted period, and there should be a couple more hoops to go through after a certain point. Well, if you do it, with injury, here's what I like about Steve. I can look at his whole situation, injuries and other things, and I'm going to be okay. To take my ball and go home, or take my ball and go to Oklahoma, I just can't. I can't just. And I understand that. This is beyond me being 53 years old. It's just I can't understand that in my mind after a while. I mean, it's different, and I work in higher education, and people want things differently. You can't get these students to talk to you for more than 7-8 minutes before they start rocking in the chair and looking at their phone. It's different. That's why I'm willing to give all this a break in a lot of ways. But I think that there probably should be at least a tighter pilot. A tighter pilot with a tighter period. So we're piloting it and see how we do it right. And there'd be a limit on it. There's no way in the world we should have 21 players in some doggone transfer. I don't care who that's a reflection on. That's way too limited.
Yeah, let me just jump in real fast for Blue. Are you good, Blue? I just wanted to get a little question there with you before you get off the line.
Good? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, let me just check with you. So I just want to thank you for coming on, first of all, obviously. And I just wanted, I know a lot of, people wanting to follow you with the art. You got a special gift with
the art that you've done. I know you've done things for Judge Paterno. You've done things for the Penn State, season kickoff poster, football poster. So I just wanted to, give you some time to at least, we just wanted to know what you've been up to or how you've been doing with, football and done with football and, just kind of catch us up a little bit. Catch us up.
I'm still connected deeply with Penn State. I've used the arts as more of a philanthropist, been able to give more through the arts than I could at any time in life, financially, helping from everything from the Four Diamonds to just actually past the Special Olympics to anything that's doing things positive, 409. I do a lot of things within Baltimore City as far as education and raising funds and awareness for mental health. This past May, I went through brain surgery for the second time. So that put me in a situation where not only did I have to go through what I had to go through, but I became more of a mentor and just able to speak more towards the overall situation we all face within cancer, tumors, different degrees of sickness we face in society due to the things we eat, due to the pollution and things of the modern day. It's just a lot going with it, but I was blessed to learn a lot from staying with Penn State, regardless of how I might have felt as a younger player, as a rookie, to sophomore, junior, to senior. It helped me become a man, a better man. So I've learned a lot just being here listening to you all today. Sorry I didn't give too much talking on this episode of this situation. I'm looking forward to calling in again and we're going to help out. Overall, I've been busy with commission work. I've gotten to the point that keeps me pretty busy. That's great.
Yeah, Matt, you're a very, very, very talented artist, and man, I'll tell you that transition and things you've been going through here and the suffering is absolutely incredible. And our heart goes out to you, and we trust for God's good providential care for you in the future. That His hand may be upon you and continue to lead you to do many great things here, and to see you give back. Even in the midst of going through some of the biggest struggles you've ever faced in your life like this is a true testament to the type of character and person you really are.
Get to that praying, y'all. Good word. We're asking the gentleman a question. This is hilarious. This is the weirdest interview I've ever done. I'm in the closet. I'm in the janitor's closet now because it's the quietest place in the Hey, I like this guy, man. Too much of the echo. Hey, man, it's cool, bro. You've been in the closet for a while, bro. It's good. Hey, listen, you already know I love you, bro. I'm glad that you're still around. I'm glad that that everything was successful with the last surgery and so on. Me, I love you. I love you guys, especially the younger guys, because for me, when I was there, it was never about. We all came into college with, especially coming from the environment that we came from. We all came in there with a focus on actually just turning pro.
but it was good to watch you young guys who had talent come in there and actually learn, actually pay attention to certain things, actually become great men, actually get your degree, and go on to still do great things. It was an honor to actually help you guys and mentor you guys and pass down, you know, positive energy. And when you guys went on and did what I went to Penn State to do, was to win the Big Ten and win the national championship. When you guys, you wouldn't believe it, I barely share this story. As I sat there and watched you guys win the Big Ten, to sit there and have tears in my eyes to watch you guys compete, to know what you guys did. I wanted to come back, but I didn't want to take you guys shine and be a part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to take that, but I was so proud of you guys. I was so proud of the effort that you gave. I was so proud of just how you guys carried yourself, bro, in real talk, to know that, like, here's what it is. And Matt, people always say you only live once. I'm sure we all heard that. But reality is, bro, we only die once. We live every day. So for you to take your gift, for you to take God's blessings and continue to work with kids and overcome all the stuff that you overcame so far, kudos to you, bro. Just know you're a walking testimony, bro, and continue to do what you do, man. I love you.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Well said. You know, this microphone's always open to you at any time, man. I mean, that's what it is for any former player. That's how this whole thing began. So anytime you want to be a part of it, man, that's welcome to any former player.
I appreciate that. That's a lovely platform, man. Y'all speaking the truth. Y'all doing well. Teamwork on it. Good. Yeah. It's a nice balance.
Hey, listen, man. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you. Hey, listen, we're going to let you go, man, because I want to be the first to allow you to come out the closet. So,
hey, wait, before he goes, I want him to hear some picks from him for this fall, man.
Hey, keep working out, bro. Keep working out.
I want to tell the story how you help recruit.
Hey, go ahead, man. Hey, go ahead. Open platform, bro.
He was one of the first cats I met up there, man. Coming out of Young, and I was coming out of Baltimore, so I felt like and last up there with these cows, I can do the same, man. I can stay focused, but it's definitely a place to come and stay out of trouble. Stay focused on what you came to do. Like, all right, that's cool. And they showed me nothing but love my first day on, and kind of just told me the things that we should do and shouldn't do. We took it from there. That's the R-rated version.
Yeah. And Fred, I must say, Fred, he was good at keeping those butters clean too. And them,
Hey, I still got a fresh pair of butters from college that still looks brand new.
You couldn't even get him around there.
Hey, I was the reason half the campus was saying hi. Well, I'm high, and then Juvenile dropped the song.
Hey guys, we got about 2 minutes till the hard break, and I was hoping to get, I was hoping we could maybe get Matt's picks here for the Big Ten and National Championship next year.
I'll be back, man. God bless.
actually, Blue, we gonna lock that place, Blue.
Oh yeah. That's me, right?
Yep, we got So we'll be
What's that day again, Coach?
We gotta get the grill.
And we'll text it.
All right, that'll work.
We got station ID, right?
Hey, we got a station ID in 2 minutes. So hey Matt, let me get your picks for the Big Ten and National Championship this year. What are your fearless picks for next year?
That's tough.
I think he goes to Nebraska. What?
I don't even want to say it because it's like I support him. I'm just not hate, so I'm not going to say nothing. know if that's a fair answer, but you sound like you trying to get in the transfer portal.
This is kind of wild, man. I don't know, man.
How many people we done had transfer? I gotta figure 22, 21? Yeah. Yeah. But things happen for a reason. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really good.
Good job, Wayne. Good job avoiding it, bro. I'll pick for you, bro.
Yeah, we got 1 minute till break, guys.
All right, man. Don't handle your business, man.
Hey, Lord bless, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you having me. What's down?
And now it's time.
Is it? Oh no, we have a solid about 50 seconds, guys. We can tie up here. We're gonna thank Matthew Rice for coming on here with us tonight. Great to hear his testimony and his story here. Awesome. And this is only on Lines Live. You catch us streaming lineslive.com, and on Facebook you can send us a message. Got the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, the big dude, Stephen Davis, Jacoz Israel. My name is Skip Rabelvis, and we're going to take a brief break here for station ID.
Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
At 106.3 FM and 970 AM. WBLF Belmont State College. Do not too easy out for Belmont State College. Local news, sports, and weather. WBLF. Depend on it.
All right, and we're back here, folks. Lines Live on the Forever Lines Network, the only network where the players see the fans. My name's Skip Rabelvis, along with the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, big dude, Stephen Davis, Jacob Israel. We just had Matthew Rice on here with us talking some Penn State football. Breaking news here, folks, with Tommy Stevens being the 21st player to leave Penn State this year, and kind of a shocker. And we're going to get in here real quick and make some fearless predictions here for the fall. Not that it's going to stick or anything like that, but, I had an opportunity to check out some spring ball from other schools. I don't know if any of you guys do. We talk a little bit about that, make some predictions here. We'll make it a wrap here till we kick back off in the fall.
Well, I mean, where do we start at? I mean, do we go ahead and work our way back to Penn State? Because it sounds like that's what y'all are interested in doing. We're coming right out there. I mean, look, I don't know about all people coming back. I mean, I still say stay with Michigan State and all that. Who's the quality? I mean, they returned all these players, but who's the quality of all they returned? I can't crown them the Big Ten champions. I would still say, right now, I say hardball and these guys make a run for the Big Ten. And we'll see what happens. I think Michigan might be in a situation where they do it. I can't see them coming up short again. I think that's they lose. Huh?
I mean, how many guys did they lose?
I don't know.
Because keep in mind, they can't do a redemption tour every year.
Good point, Jimmy.
They can't, but hey, listen, Harbaugh needs a new contract. He got a $50 million contract at first, which was unheard of. Yeah, or at least in the conference.
So are you saying that because Urban Meyer stepped down?
Well, I'm wondering if there'll be a trend if they don't do well this year. I mean, I think Ohio State, I would say it's too easy to make them the favorites. I think if we were just going to see who's coming back and they got the coaching staff back, it's easy to say it's Ohio State, but I just don't know if it's going to be that easy. I think Ohio State plays for it, but they're going to win it.
That's a good way to put it, Stephen. I watched their spring ball, and they're loaded with talent. Got some big guys up there. Just one a little bit. I watched. I didn't get to see Michigan. I did watch Michigan State spring ball, and I'm kind of big on. My fearless prediction is for Sparty and those guys to win the Big Ten this year. They got a good running game, and they have they're solid at quarterback, and they got big guys up front. I think they're going to have a lot of games where they just grind out that clock like nobody else is able to.
Oh no, you sound confident too, Skip. Do you think the Spartans going to pull it off?
Yeah, I think they can this year. I think they have a solid running game, and the thing that I noticed.
Le'Veon Bell. That's it. He went to the Jets, so I don't see it.
and the Jets changed their colors to Michigan State colors, so I don't see it. Nah, but on a serious note, actually, you know what? I think it's really a toss-up, you know, because here's what it is. In this situation for the Big Ten, it's like nothing is certain, and it's the first time that it's been like that in a long time, which creates open competition. If Maryland stay healthy, they actually, based off of all the injuries they had, they actually come off the kind of season that Penn State had with so many returning freshmen and different young players that actually played. You know, depending on what quarterback stay healthy, Maryland, you know, obviously, I don't trust them for the long haul. I don't think they have the confidence yet to really win the Big Ten. No one's picking Ohio State strictly because of they lost their head coach. But obviously, it's the easy thing to do because they actually played their first few games and so on without their head coach and did well. You know, so obviously that's a machine going through there. The coaching staff has the blueprint. And Michigan, it's like Big Dude said, Harbaugh is looking for a contract. And they actually have gotten better every year since he's been there. You know, so I'm going to have to go with Michigan. That's a tough one. It's a tough one, you know, but I'm going to have to go with Michigan. Do I believe Penn State has the potential? You know, I would like to see where this. I'm still trusting Franklin and the coaching staff. Obviously, you guys know. Yeah, obviously you guys know. I still have faith in those guys. I still love all those guys. So if they're willing to, you know, pick Sean or whoever over Tommy, I believe I've seen the talent of the young players we have, and I think especially if you could put those guys together young, I see us really making a run to compete for the Big Ten and a national championship. If not, probably not this year, but definitely a couple times in the years to come. I like our defensive line. I like our potential. I really like Etor. I really like, obviously Shaka Tony. I like the younger players we have with Adiza. It's a couple of players that I like out there. I think that Penn State has some great, talented defensive tackles. So they all ain't blessed with the 6'5" frames and so on. But I know Hawk is a beast out there. He has great catch, switch, and so on. So I guess it's really going to come down for Penn State. I'm not going to go against picking Michigan as my Big Ten winners, but obviously my favorite is, our favorite towards Penn State. I guess we want to see what these young players do once the bullets start flying, to see how they respond. Do they rise up or do they fold? If they rise up, it's going to be a great season. Yep, that's what it comes down to. Yeah.
Go ahead, big dude. I was going to jump in, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Yeah, so I would just say, I like the defense we saw last season. I feel like we got a solid foundation about how to defend what we're up against. I think offensively we mentioned maybe a little more power game, run game, but I definitely feel defensively that will be a strength in the Big Ten, Penn State. And I also feel like Jimmy said, I think that's a good point with all this being wide open. I still think it's too early to really lean for me. I just feel like there's too many things wide open right now. But I like what you said, Skip, with Michigan State. So I think that I would like to see how that plays because that could go a long way towards the end of the season if they got a little more strength in other programs. Who knows? So, but I definitely got to be in favor of Penn State to start. But I definitely think it's going to be a very competitive, more maybe wide open than it's been in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I want Penn State to run the table. It'd be great. I want to see that. We all want that. That's a given. Okay. When I'm looking at all of this, I just look at our schedule and I see who we're playing there, and especially as we start to break into the middle of the season here, we got to go to we have Purdue, we have Iowa at Iowa, we got Michigan. We got to go to play at Michigan State, and we got Minnesota and Ohio State. I mean, this is a tough season coming up here. I want to see us beat all these teams, run the table, go to the national championship. It'd be great. I think in light of what we've had, 21 guys leaving, I see these other schools with retaining players. I think it's going to be a tough year for us. And as much as I want to see us win, I still see us possibly having 5 losses this year. I see. Well, I think I see potentially 5 losses.
That's you say conservative. That's still high though. I guess you say that's still high conservative.
Yeah. I mean, I could see us losing to Iowa, Michigan State. I could see us losing to Ohio State as well, and then throw in one of these other teams. On an upset day where we're not playing well, it could be a bad. I think it could be a tough season here.
Yeah, but I guess, like I said, it's just, and when you look at all this other stuff, man, and you look at all these things, it's easy to pick Michigan and Ohio State. My thing is, I would predict maybe they will have a slow start. I think you would have a slow start because, as Jimmy was saying in so many words, there's a lot to figure out. I mean, like you said, trying to find out who's going to ride to what. We lost 2 starters in the offensive line, and then we lost some people that were in there that, and I think we spoke about it before. Connor McGovern and Connor Bates, they're both good ball players. I just thought they could have used another year, but, we're going to start to see the emergence of people like C.J. Thorpe. And we got Will Fry's back, who probably is one of the more experienced offensive linemen in the Big Ten. So it's going to be about how they anchor this particular team in the same way as, Jimmy mentioned the people on defense, and we're looking at our linebackers, our guys are back at linebackers. So we have some depth, and actually in the secondary, this is probably one of the most experienced secondaries he's had in a while. So we've lost it, Kevin Givens, Sharice Miller, early to the NFL. But I'd like to see what else people are going to do. And I say, with a player like Gross Matos, and Robert Windsor, those are 2 of the better defensive players in the Big Ten. They're defensive linemen. So I would say it's how they all play together. I still think it's about that. And I think the issue is going to be, what we do at corner and some of these other places where we can't get there. So it's going to be tough. We play, as you said, Ohio State, Minnesota, Michigan, and Iowa. But really, to tell you the truth, all those other home games, Ohio State, as we know, is always a difficult road game. So it's not going to be, even if we have a great football team, it's a tough road game, But even Michigan State, with most of their depth returning, it's hard to tell what type of depth. They felt they went to 7-6 last year. Their offense wasn't that great, and I don't think that Michigan State made a lot of changes. So the question is that more of the same? That's what I think. So I'm not that impressed by those numbers about who you're bringing back. And you have Indiana and Maryland. Like you said, Maryland has a new coach also. I think his last name is Loxley. A good dude, good brother. He was at New Mexico. But hey, it's going to be interesting. He's been in other places. He was Alabama's offensive coordinator. They're going to upset a few people, and they still got their quarterbacks and their other people back. They still got that guy Pegram back and Kasim Hill and a good running back. So Maryland's program took a real good shot. The question is, I think Maryland's going to upset some people. I think that's the team, and I say Wisconsin will be back in the West. I like Wisconsin in the West.
Well, that's well said. Look at us moving into our schedule. Unfortunately for Penn State, we ease into this schedule. We Idaho Vandals and the Buffalo Bulls and Pitt and then Maryland, like you say. So the first 4 games, the first 2, I think we can ease into this, and Penn State can move in, to the Big Ten schedule, looking at it being in good shape. My greatest concern is getting. I agree. Defense, I think we're going to be okay. Offense, is my greatest concern. Getting points on the board, and my other greatest concern is our run game. I don't see us being necessarily that strong there yet.
They tie together because if we weak there, then we'll be weak on defense because we'll be out on the field too long.
Yeah, and I think what we had though is that I think we're missing Skip. You're right. I think what we had this year we didn't have last year. I think we're going to have more constant home run threats, and we're going to need to use the ball. We're going to need some big plays, and like you said, you can't win a game all on big plays. But then again, when it gets tough and it gets to the fourth quarter, we look at who's going to make a play. And all those games, even last year, were winnable. And we have to understand. We lost Miles Sanders last year. The thing to remember is, I don't care what happens. He's had 1 full year college football. So now you got Ricky Slade has 1 full year college football and got his share of carries and had his share of success. It's those interior guys, the Minutes and the Will Fries, and I think Steven Gonzalez. I mean, Gonzalez has played for 3 years, 4 years, solid. So it's going to be those other people that are going to get ready. CJ Thorpe has been playing also. He got moved to defense last year, but let's see. To me, that's the old school way Penn State used to do it. They put you wherever they thought you were going to play. Like we've had a person like a Todd Moles. I don't know how far back y'all go. Todd Moles played defensive tackle in 1 year and moved back to guard when it was time to start on the team that went to the Orange Bowl. So I think with CJ Thorpe and all those other folks, I think they're a little bit better than we're giving them credit for. So it's a tough schedule, yeah. Are we going to take our lumps? We sure are going to take our lumps in certain games, but I think it's going to be hard to figure out, just what the leadership is like Jimmy said. What is the leadership? And I think the leadership coming from defense. Those guys are all coming from over there on D. And also the outstanding linebacker, Michael Parsons. Let's not forget him. The guys on the sideline. Absolutely. That defense is going to be, he's just, getting more and more opportunity every day. I know, the biggest, it seems like a lot of times in a player's career, you see the biggest games, early. I'm just reflecting on Saquon and how much he did as a freshman and what he did the second year, which positioned himself. So, this would be a great time for our defense with Parsons, becoming more of a front runner, more of a leader of the defense.
Yeah, so what's your pick, Cove?
You mean for the Big Ten or what?
Yeah, that's for the Big Ten.
I'm with Penn State right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Defensively, this is my thing. Defensively with Penn State, we just added Parsons to it. But offensively, I feel like we have the speed. Now, we might say, well, we got to find, but we got enough speed to keep up. And it's just a matter of, so I would feel like, we got enough. We just fine-tuning things right now. But I definitely feel like we got enough. It's just a matter of, just us putting that all together. And I felt like that last year, too, that we had enough. We were beating Ohio State. We were beating a lot of teams. I'm still, we're right there. We're right there.
That's a fearless pick, buddy. Hats off to you on that one. Okay, and one last pick, guys. We'll blow through this real quick. National championship, and I'll kick this one off again. I saw the Tide. They're going to play well. So I'd say it's going to be probably Tide. Clemson's going to be back in again. Georgia's going to be a team to look at again this year too.
It's early for this one, Skip, but
it is.
It's just a fearless prediction. That's all. It's our fearless predictions for the fall.
All right. Fearless. I'm going Notre Dame just because you don't like them.
Oh.
I like you.
What you think, Skip? You agree with that?
Roll Tide. I say Roll Tide.
You know what? I honestly think I'm gonna actually go with I'm gonna actually go Oklahoma.
Wow.
Reason why, you know, and this is weird. You know, I don't know how to say this without, you know, obviously we're all men of faith here, but I just think God plays like games. He played games to make you believe. How crazy would it be, Oklahoma versus Alabama in the national championship, and Jalen Hurts actually win? I can actually see that. I mean, a young kid of faith to do all the things he's done so far to overcome all the adversity and so on. We can't say a cruel trick or anything like that. So how awesome would it be to actually see that? What kind of feel-good story and so on? If that to be the case, do we still now, Big Dude, because you said we've probably seen the best of Jalen Hurts. If that becomes the case, is this guy in the top 5 of the NFL draft too? If that becomes the case. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you don't question his leadership and his competitive nature.
Right.
Once he gets attention.
Right. And again, I'm not saying that we may have, and I don't know that. What I'm saying is, like you said, it's just not even a guarantee because you still got to get the rep. Like you said, the leadership part, can he get Oklahoma to play for him? Is the question. You know, the guy,
keep in mind that Oklahoma played well with Tyler Murphy last year.
I know, but you got this guy coming in and you already know what's going on and not even mature enough to let that young man take the leadership. I mean, listen, I think he's got potential to do a whole lot of different things. And maybe
do you think he'll come in? Do you think he'll come in and not be respected based off the way he's coming from?
Well, I think that's going to be the challenge. I don't know if I can tell you that for sure, but I think that Lincoln Riley is a good enough coach where he can get them to rally around them. The question is going to be, as you know, when a game gets started, the coach can set everything up like they want to. It's that the left guard that wants to go ahead and chop somebody's legs. You know what I mean? Do some of these other things. So I think that he got it there, and I think people respect. One thing people respect, I say, Jimmy, it can be done. And I think you said this earlier. When you got a ring and you have one, people respect ice. That's what they respect.
Oklahoma has his own, and that's the thing. But here's something, Big Dude, that's different from all of our time, right? Do you know that when Jalen Hurts, I mean, it's a pointless story, but I just found it interesting. Do you know that when Jalen Hurts transferred from Alabama to Oklahoma, that on his Instagram page, he already had over 54 players following him from Alabama. I mean, from Oklahoma before he even transferred there. Over 50-something other players were already following. And the reason why I say that following him is it's different in terms of that because of when we came up, we didn't have social media. And remember I spoke on Giannis, the basketball player. In the offseason, I wasn't training with no one from Michigan and Ohio State and so on. These guys actually all train and pick where they're going on spring break together and everything else. So it might not be hard for him to walk in and take that leadership role because they're all friends. And they all have respect for each other and understanding for each other. So it might be easier for him.
That's a great point, Jimmy.
That's true.
All right, Cove, what do you think?
I'm gonna. That's a tough one. I think I might just stick with Clemson. I'm gonna just stick with Clemson right now.
Clemson.
Hey, I gotta go with.
They going back to back, huh? All right, I got you.
I'm gonna just go with that. I'm not ready to come off of that right now. I just did that for a few minutes. So,
I understand.
Give me a little time.
we know you ain't used to picking winners.
Hey, I'm like throwing a Wildcats in there. I don't know.
Hey, bro, don't you owe sandwiches this year?
Well, that's right.
You owe sandwiches this year.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, listen. Hey, Cole, you ain't pick a winner since Jill.
Oh, wow.
I got you. I hear you. Hey, guess what? Lovey might get Stevens.
Oh, Lord. Why would you wish that on Stevens? Why would you wish that on Stevens,
Man.
That's good.
No, we got something going on.
I forgot they was in the Big Ten.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Hey, yeah. What is happening?
USA conference, right?
Yeah, do they put triple places here? Oh, sorry.
That's too good.
And they go 1 for 1 with triple.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Well, you got a tiebreaker.
All right, Stephen, what's your pick, buddy? My pick is going to be Georgia. I think the champion will come from the SEC. I think Alabama will do just about everything it has to, but it just seems like it might be Georgia's year. They play. It's going to be interesting because what I'm looking at here is that they play Notre Dame with your squad on the 21st, and I think that's what we're going to find out about them to begin with. It'll be early. They play Texas A&M at home, another big win. They play Kentucky and Missouri, so it's going to be difficult playing Auburn on the road, but I think they're going to be okay. I like Georgia getting better and sneaking in there and stealing it.
I could see it happening.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, I could see Georgia doing it. I could. They're a tough team.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Wow, our fearless picks for the fall.
Yes. And they show off fearless stick, and I'll tell you why. If people are still going to the doggone transfer portal, how are you supposed to tell? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, I know. This is all for fun.
1 or 2 people can make it right. And that's what happened, by the way. This isn't just football. When you was at that one basketball, the women's basketball championship, who the heck was at that one? Who was at that one this year?
This year?
Oh, man. What? Yeah, it was
that beat Notre Dame.
Yeah. But anyway, the high scorer in that game, I think on both teams, they were graduate transfers as well. So and that was the interview. What was it like coming to you? Bell. Yeah, they interviewed her, and the young lady, and said, what was it like coming? You have 1 year to go prove yourself, and that was the question they had to take first. I was like, oh my goodness. It's just a whole different ball game that we have to get used to, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, what we can do is we can pick this back up again here in the summer sometime. Once things start to settle, right before season picks up, we can see how it all shakes out. We'll try it again.
Yeah. You might have to do a preseason. Or what you think? Summer season, preseason?
Well, we did that. Before we were it was usually during an arts festival. I think guys may have settled by then. That time point in the summer where guys are going to be transferring to what they're going. So maybe we'll see how that looks for the summer. We'll maybe pick up a show at that time.
It'll be good. Get the date for that because I do have a 1 week class. I think that's July 21st to the 27th. So I have a 1 week course this summer for the doctoral program. But, I just want to make sure that I can't. There's no break in there for me. That's all 1 week, and we got to stay in the early cities. That's all another story.
I got it, buddy. We'll work around this schedule with everybody here, and fall's going to be here before we know it, man. The summer's going to fly by.
Sounds good. Cool.
I love you guys. You guys are the best. I have more fun than I'm should be allowed to have coming in here to get with you guys each week, man. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. I'm about to go walk Big Bill, post the live video singing. So
I saw that, man. You got the hoodie. Hoodie was the first first step.
We'll look for you on.
Please.
We'll look for the live shots on YouTube.
Oh, goodness.
Now I had a waist cap on, Cole, but I just had the fresh coat, the fresh part and everything. I was showing the neck and now the part. And it was raining out here yesterday. It had the sun, a couple of rainbows and stuff. I did a little 5-mile walk. It was pretty cool, up and down hills and stuff. So I'm about to go do that here in the next 20 minutes.
All right, good brother.
Well, we'll look for those videos you pop into with on Facebook, Jimmy. That'd be great. I always like to see that.
Definitely.
So
there you go.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, folks. You've been listening to Lines Live and the Forever Lines Network. You got the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, out there in Arizona enjoying all the good weather, and you got us back on the East Coast here. You got the big dude there in Jersey with Stephen Davis. You got your Cove here in Central PA, along myself, Skip Drivelbus, and we're so thankful to have you all on here tonight. Appreciate all you guys. We'll bring it back in here, talk some more football here before we know it. So thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night. Lord bless, and we will get this back here to the regular scheduled program. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night. That's a wrap.
There it is.
And we'll bring it back here to our regularly scheduled program here at the Magna Broadcasting Studios. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great night.
Democrats want to see the full report to find out what evidence Mueller has. The president claims he did nothing wrong. This is Fox News.
Hi, this is Pastor Mike Sanders from the Open Doors
Yeah.
Church, Sunday morning at 9. I invite you to join me